I've been in many meetings where people were discussing about who is going to be the candidate. And three times, Kalonzo has said, nakuachia wewe ndugu yangu Raila.
The mood at the final resting place of Raila Odinga took a dramatic turn when Siaya Governor James Orengo delivered a bold and emotional speech that has now unsettled State House and President William Ruto's camp. Standing before a crowd still mourning the death of the long-time opposition leader, Orengo praised Kalonzo Musyoka as a man of loyalty and integrity, describing him as one of the few politicians who never betrayed Raila Odinga during his political battles.
In 2013, in 2017, and in 2022, where he said, I don't even need a position. If there's a principled man in Kenya, like Raila Odinga, is Kalonzo Musyoka.
Orengo's message was not the usual condolence speech. It was sharp, emotional and politically loaded. He reminded Kenyans that while many politicians used Raila's name to build their careers, only Kalonzo consistently stood with him. Not once, not twice, but 3 times, through elections, defeats and betrayals. According to Orengo, this kind of friendship is rare in Kenya's political world, where loyalty often depends on power and money.
I also want to say this again about Kalonzo Musyoka. This guy has been a vice president. You know, power must be controlled. Ukiona watu wanakimbilia power, ati akiona uzito ya state, wanafikiria wamefika. Those are people who are going to destroy this country. Power must be controlled.
The crowd responded with loud cheers, turning the graveside into a rally-like scene. Emotions ran high as mourners shouted Kalonzo's name, a clear sign that Orengo's message had touched hearts and stirred emotions of Raila's long struggle for democracy. The governor's words carried more than emotion. They carried a political message directed straight at those trying to fill the vacuum left by Raila's death.
To oversight any government in power. So I want to see anybody in Kenya today who can say he loved Raila more than Kalonzo. I want to see. The second thing I want to say, Mama Ida Odinga yesterday, I don't know whether he was expecting a guest of such a texture.
Behind the scenes, Orengo's speech has reportedly caused discomfort in State House. President Ruto, who has been working tirelessly to consolidate power and keep his broad-based government together, is said to be watching the growing bond between Orengo and Kalonzo with concern. For Ruto, the idea of Kalonzo emerging as the next unifying figure of the opposition could upset his plans to control the post-Raila political space.
His Excellency, I know the loss you've gone through. That was one of your best friends. And the two of you really looked after Kenya. You know, you can only be a warrior and you choose only a warrior to go with to war. Why Raila Odinga used to go all the time to war with Kalonzo? It's because he knew he's the warrior he can go with to war.
Kalonzo has recently been moving quietly but strategically, positioning himself as Raila's natural successor. His calm demeanor and long political experience have started to win over even those who once doubted him. And Orengo's public recognition of his loyalty has now cemented that image. In the eyes of many Kenyans, Kalonzo is no longer the man who always played second fiddle to Raila. He is now the man ready to carry the torch.
We nearly got killed, and Raila and I escaped from Embakasi South. How he did it was amazing. It was like the orders were given that day to kill us, mainly to kill Raila Odinga.
What unsettled Ruto's allies even more is how Orengo framed the contrast between Kalonzo and the president. While Kalonzo was being celebrated for standing with Raila during his darkest moment, Ruto's past actions toward Raila were being silently judged. Many Kenyans still remember the tense rivalry and mistrust between the two during Raila's lifetime. Orengo's words, though subtle, painted a picture of Ruto as a man who never truly stood with Raila even when the country needed unity.
Sini ule wa kujiapisha? Sini ule yako na shida na sadaka kanisani? Huyo ndiye anaweza kuongoza Kenya hii mkipima nyinyi watu wa Nyeri kweli?
The timing of the speech could not have been worse for Ruto's administration. The government is already facing growing dissent, internal rifts and public anger over the cost of living. Now, Orengo'S powerful endorsement of Kalonzo has given the opposition a renewed sense of purpose. Political analysts are already saying that this moment might mark the start of a new political alignment that could shape Kenya's 2027 election.
The guests who came today, you've done something that is not very common in this part of area. We know when you go to Yuagongato, inyaloka udhogi mwakariyo kata dik, idhigo. But Honorable Kalonzo Musyoka came with 100 heads of cattle. Okay, obiruga gidhok 100 yawa. Anko wacho apparently my ear is not working, serving me well. So I had to call Honorable Orengo to come and help me hear what he was saying.
Adding to the symbolism of the day was Kalonzo's gesture to Raila'S family. He made headlines after delivering more than 100 cows to Mama Ida Odinga, Raila'S widow, a move that was seen not just as a show of respect but as an act of genuine friendship. It stood out in a political culture where many only show up for photo opportunities. Kalonzo's gesture was a reminder that in politics, character still matters.
Kila mtu awe nyuma. Kila mtu awe nyuma.
At the gravesite, people spoke of Kalonzo as the only leader who never turned his back on Raila even when it was unpopular to stand with him. His action over the years, joining Raila in opposition struggles, defending him when others fled, and now honoring his legacy have built a new level of trust between him and Raila's loyal supporters. For them, Kalonzo's loyalty is proof that he deserves a chance to lead. Orengo'S speech may have been about paying tribute, but it also sounded like a political declaration. It set the tone for what could become a major realignment in Kenya's politics. In his calm yet firm voice, Orengo reminded the nation that while leaders come and go, integrity and loyalty define true leadership. And in the moment, he placed Kalonzo firmly in the center of Kenya's next political chapter.
The thing I want to say, Mama Ida Odinga yesterday, I don't know whether he was expecting a guest of such a texture to come today. Ya kwamba hii kitu ya kusema huyu ametoka Bondo, huyu anatoka Imbo, huyu ametoka Ukambani. I don't want to hear about that because that is not the way to build a one Kenya. And today nearly a representation of all Kenya is here.
For Ruto, the message was clear. The battle for Raila's legacy has begun, and Kalonzo Musyoka now stands as the symbol of that legacy. Orengo'S speech has lit a new political fire, one that could grow stronger as Raila's followers look for someone they can trust. Whether State House likes it or not, the graveside in Bondo may have just marked the beginning of a new era, one where Kalonzo steps out of Raila's shadow into the national spotlight.
Big brother Kalonzo Musyoka, thank you very much, plus your team. The team that you come with, that include leaders, include bishops, includes everybody. Thank you so much for bringing this team here. Your action speaks louder than words. I also want to thank you for coming to mourn your brother. The other day I said, I don't know where we were, but during this period, maybe we're in Kisumu, maybe we're here. I told the people that in politics there are no enemies.